Greetings and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at ng drag and drop with Angular. Please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, reach out to me in the comment section for any help, tips, and suggestions. Right, so as normal, what we go ahead and do is download that repo from down-git and open it up. Right, so upon observing the application, right, you have a sample application, and what I'd like you to notice is that if I try to hold and drop, right, we can see an outline of the element, right, just letting us know that the browser is able to drag and drop. What we're going to do to enable a replacement, right, we're going to copy and paste this code here. Right now, as you can see in the browser, as we start to drag, right, we can see a replacement take place, but it's not really complete. Say if I want to drag this up, right, say if I want to drag something below up, right, it's really not a complete UI yet. So what we want to go ahead and do is you want to be able to first highlight out to the user what's going on. And by doing that, we're going to head to our styles. I'm going to copy and paste this code. Definitely wanted to show you this in styles instead of express this in TypeScript because there's some new SCS features I wanted to show. So just copy and paste if you're going along in this lab. Right, now you see we're able to differentiate, right? So we know that when we move these bars around, we kind of know if they're moved or not, right? So if you go ahead, try to switch them up again, right? And the fur, we can see what we're moving, but we want to complete this look. We don't want this to be grayed out. We want it to be full, and we want it also be able to complete the functionality. So what we need to do is we need to simply update the state. We're going to copy this index here. If you take a look, our index is actually referring to this array here. And going with what we know in Angular, that actually relates to ng4. If we actually take a look at this inline template, right, we have ng4. So anytime any type of change happens to this array, which is happening in onDrag enter where we're ordering the items, right, it's going to automatically update for us in Angular. So now that we've updated our state, let's head back to our front end, right? And then let me just go ahead and just change the styling up one more time. And then it's important that if you want your updates to change in SCSS to reflect in the Angular app, you actually hit save on the actual SCSS you're trying to see the updates in. Right? So now we're able to move any of the items around as well as move them up. Right, and then it's able to keep its color. And then extra tip, say for example, if you don't want to keep the color, do is just replace the class with a different piece of logic right here. Right, since every time we mess with the array, it always updates, right? If we actually provide for the index in the class, right, it's always going to update with its index. Right, and now if we head back to our front end application, right? We can see that if we decide to move the divs, that the colors actually stay true, right? So that's actually one way of keeping state. Say, for example, you just want to keep the colors the same, but you want to move the text around, you want to move the data around. That's one way example of keeping the state the same, as well as changing as what you'd like to change. Let me go ahead and move these around a bit, right? So you can see the text changes while the state still manages to stay the same, right? So you can take this simple example, right? And also one more thing I wanted to show, if we actually head over to our module, right? If you take a look at our module, all we have is another component. There's no Angular CDK, there's no drag and drop module that we're using here. Very, very simple feature for a very, very, very simple task. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, reach out to me in the comment section for any help, tips, and suggestions.